Hello, hello. Welcome to the Knight's Arm. Today we are starting a new series and we're going to be playing Imperator Rome. I was going to say we're going to shift away from Europa Universalis 4, but that's not the case because we're still going to be continuing Europa Universalis 4, except that now we're going to be also doing some simultaneous series. And now we're playing Imperator Rome, which is sort of again, this game released April of last year, and it's sort of a upgraded version of EU4 with some CK2 elements thrown in there. It's not at all like Hearts of Iron 4, so I mean, Hearts of Iron 4 is its own class of game. That game focuses more on military, focuses more on building divisions and building regiments, and customizing your navy and all that. So that is much more customizable, and it focuses more on military, and it's obviously a shorter game. So Hearts of Iron 4, I really hoped it would be like a grand strategy game like this, like Europa Universalis 4 or Imperial Rome, but in that game they just decided to focus on the military aspect, and they kept the span of the years very, very short. But who knows, we might jump into Hearts of Iron 4 soon. But right now we're playing Imperial Rome. Again, I haven't played CK2 at all. So that CK2 is a game that I've never really got into. I've never delved into CK2. I mean, I could try playing it. It is free to play now. So I could just download it and give it a try and try to learn some of the ropes because CK3 is coming out. But I'll try to see if CK3 is a lot like CK2. If it is, I'll just get a head start now and start playing some CK2, which is what I did with Hearts of Iron 4. When Hearts of Iron 4 came out, I actually went back and played Hearts of Iron 3 just to get used to some of the mechanics. And luckily, most, like 60% of it was the same, 40% was different, but at least it gave me a little bit of a head start. So when CK3 comes out, we'll definitely jump into it. We'll definitely play it. The only question is, will I know how to play it? And the answer to that depends on whether or not I play CK2. But Imperator Rome, again, is a little bit of a mix from Crusader Kings. I'll just keep it that generic, Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis, although it's more like Europa Universalis, which is why I'm playing it. The main thing about Crusader Kings is, as we all know, they focus more on characters, they focus more on families. That's the main core. You are playing as the character. You're not really focused on the nation itself because, again, it delves into the medieval aspects. But funny enough, Imperator Rome is before Crusader Kings, the time period. So this starts actually in BC. So this is, before the year 0, before Christ. So this is, during the start of, this is right after the fall of Alexander the Great. And now you have the rise of I believe, the Roman Empire, which has its peak in 200 and 300 AC. And so we get to see a little bit, 100, 200, 300 AC. So we get to see a little bit of the start of these major empires. And we can also play, the whole game is centered a little bit around Rome. There's no obviously censored nation, but the game was built around Rome and forming the Roman Empire. But again, we're not going to do that. Actually, we're going to be playing as Armenia, and we're going to try to form the Persian Empire, which historically, again, was during this time. I believe so. I should have done my research a little bit on it. Let's check the timeline for the Persian Empire. Again, I believe we're playing it historically. Yeah, but you see, there really wasn't no one Persian Empire because they start off as the Achaemenids. The Achaemenid Empire. So that's the original start. That was 550 BC. Okay, so this is way before. Okay, then it went to the Sassanians from 247 to 224. Yeah, so there's just a bunch of dynasties, I guess. So yeah, throughout history there wasn't ever just one Persian Empire called the Persian Empire. They just had a bunch of dynasties that sort of renamed the empire according to their dynasty. And I guess the beginning was the Achaemenid Empire. But the first Persian Empire was 550 BC to 330 BC. So it's sort of already collapsed. So, okay, so I take that back. It's not historically accurate. We're going to be recreating the Persian Empire, recreating the Achaemenid Empire. So, yeah, so technically it already fell along with Alexander the Great. And it fell at 330 BC. In this game, I believe we start in... Let's quickly just jump into the world and see where I start. But I believe we start somewhere at around 300 BC. So we're starting... so we're starting 300 BC. So that's just as the Persian Empire fell. So I guess we're going to try to historically reform it. And we're going to be playing as Armenia over here. As a beginner, they tell you to play as Crete over here, Crete Island, and it's a form Crete, and you could play as any of these nations, preferably Knossos over here. But again, that's boring. That's for beginners. I am a beginner, so this is going to be fun playing as Armenia as a beginner. Again, I'm still not, I still don't fully understand the game, but we'll go ahead and just give it a try, and we'll see where we end up. And you can see this game is sort of like EU4, the map. It's a lot bigger. There's much more provinces, and the way that the map, the camera angle, moves around while you zoom in, it makes the map look very, very large, much bigger than EU4. And obviously this game is a lot prettier than EU4. You could see much more details. You could see a coastline. You could see mountains. There's a lot more detail in this game. And what they did with this game is the terrain map mode actually looks like a decent map mode that you could actually play in. I mean, EU4, it's impossible to play in the terrain map mode because it just the borders are not distinct enough, and you can't really tell where you are. And then you have the political map mode, which also looks nice, but this also looks nice. Also, it sort of gives me that there's a mod on EU4 that sort of looks like this, that imitates this look on in EU4, and that's weird that I guess Paradox, like that mod, and so they implement it here, and it looks a lot like this. They keep the terrain, but they also give you this sort of slight border outline to tell you where your lands are. But I guess we'll just be playing from this now so we could clearly see where it is. Okay, so we're going to be playing as Armenia. Was I saying something? Yes, so we're not going to stick historically, and we're going to sort of reform the Persian Empire. And so we have the Seleucid Empire over here. Seleucid Empire, which is going to be our enemy, although we're not sure if we might ally it at the start. I am not sure. We could see how much pop they have. They have 3,000 pops. I only have 710. Phrygia has 27. So, I mean, probably we could ally with Phrygia and make sure the Seleucids don't get to us. Or we might ally with the Seleucids, just so we can keep them happy for a bit. So I still haven't looked at the requirements for forming Persia, but I'm assuming there's some cities here that we need to capture. We probably need to capture something over here, just a bunch of different scattered provinces or settlements, as they call them in this game. You have the settlements, and then the states in EU4 are called provinces here. So I just gotta keep myself from getting the two mixed up. And so we could form Armenia. And it's interesting to see, what happened to Albania. Albania originally started over here, but I mean, I guess a lot of them left and came over here. Or where is Albania? I think is Albania here? Let's check. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Albania is where Epirus is over here, or a little bit farther north. I guess it's right here where Talentia is. So you can see what happens to Albania. I mean, they've been thrown around all over the place. So yeah, so this game goes up to, I believe, 300 AC. Let me double check. Let's look at the timeline. So 304 BC, and in game it's going to show us the Roman calendar. So this is 450 years since Rome formed. But I mean, I'm going to hover my mouse over it and always just convert it to the BCE, because this is what I'm going to refer to a lot of the time. Okay. What's the timeline? So it ends around 27 BC. Oh, so we don't even get into the AC realm. Oh. Let's see exactly where it ends, because now that I'm looking at someone theorizing it before the game launched. Let's see where the timeline is. Does it not give me the timeline? Okay, it spans from 304 BC to the establishment of the Roman Empire in 27 BC. Oh, so we don't even get to get into the Common Era. Okay, so we sort of play what it's like before the Common Era. So before Jesus gets born. And so I get, again, as I said, the game revolves around its main core, which is forming the Roman Empire. But there's no historical check over here, so I'm assuming Rome might or might not form. I mean, it's a big task to form the Roman Empire. I mean, ideally, the Roman Empire just pretty much takes over everything. They literally take over everything. Carthage over here is, let's see the timeline for Carthage, just so we could get an idea, because I wasn't sure if this is Carthage's end or this is their beginning, because it looks like their end. It looks like they had these territories once, but they've slowly lost it to other people, and now they only have some of the coastlines. Mostly the coast that they have left. They've been pushed out further and further to the coast. This is what it looks like to me. But if we look at the timeline, 323 BC to 30 BC. Oh, so this is probably also at the fall of the Carthage. Oh no, I'm sorry. 323 BC to 30 BC. Okay, so this is their start technically. Or did they just always have these territories? I mean, I'm assuming I'm assuming the game is historically accurate in letting these nations be independent, which means that they're not a part of Carthage. Yeah, I was gonna see if there's any diplomatic trade mode, but I don't think we could probably. We'll see it once we start. I'm just going to search up, when did Carthage fall? 149 BC to 146. Okay, so I guess we're sort of playing as, during a time period, during the height of the Carthage Empire. So I've been mistaken. I thought that the Carthage had these entire lands, but I mean, either this game split it up so that it made them individual independent nations, which is probably not historically accurate, but it gives you more options to play within the game. Or the history textbooks were a bit too generalized and they just included this part of the Carthage Empire when it actually really wasn't. I I thought this was called LOL. This is IOL. Okay. So let's go ahead and start as Armenia. We have an autocratic monarchy. So monarchies, obviously, we get more power. So it's we could do a lot of stuff with relative ease versus Rome or some of these nations here, which are democracies or republics, more accurately. They're republics, and so they require votes and everything and approval from their cabinets, their senate. We are Zoroastrian, so most of this area is Zoroastrian, and we have our own culture, Armenian culture. So we have Orontes, the third Orontid. He has a 6 martial level, so this is all military stuff. 5 finesse, 8 charisma, and 8 zeal. So this is sort of your religious side. This is I believe this is the civic side. This is, I'll see once we get to the invention screen, or whatever it's called, the invention window, and then we could see what this is, and this is military. So we have 120 territories. We're pretty big, actually. We don't have that much impossible terrain, so we do have a lot of stuff. We have some volcanoes. That's cool how they added them. It'll be interesting if they blow up and they can eat some of my cities, but we'll see. We have 710 total population. Citizens 56. We have a lot of freemen. We also have we actually have a majority tribesmen, which is something that I wasn't anticipating. I thought most of the tribesmen were here, like everything here down and maybe here. And actually, believe it or not, most of these are tribesmen. I mean, if we look at the religious map mode, yeah, these are all... Oh, okay. Hold up. Obviously, we're in BC, so most of this stuff is pagan. Right? These are all polytheistic nations. I mean, we have a small population of Jewish population here, which would make sense. Yeah, so there's a small Jewish population here. Jewish. Yeah, they're scattered all over the place, but mostly concentrated here. So yeah, I was gonna say that most of this is polytheistic, but obviously, no duh. I mean, we still haven't entered into the Christian era yet. So yeah, everybody is pagan. Okay, so I guess we'll start. Finally, again, we're not gonna unpause the game this episode. So if you want to see some action, stay tuned for the next episode. Okay, here we are. We are in. So we have 9,000 troops. Over here, we have some mercenaries that we could hire. So we have 9K, 7, and you could see they have him on the map out in the open. And so I could just click on it and I can hire them. So the first question is, and that's the Seleucid Empire. Seleucid Empire. Seleucid. Okay, so who do we ally? That's a good question. Now we could let the game on pause for a bit, and we could see who the Seleucids who they ally. Because I'm gonna be frank, I don't want to attack any of their allies, obviously. Because right now they're probably they're the largest, except for Maria. But the Seleucids are probably more civilized and have a little bit more advanced tech than the Maria. But we'll definitely see who they have a lot of subjects. Why is it not showing me their subjects when I click on this? Oh, most of their subjects are up here, so never mind. I thought they would have some subjects over here, but they don't. So the only subject is here, which I won't bother to touch. And I'll only expand. I'll probably declare war on Atropatene. I'll probably declare war on them. Yeah, they're probably my next target, or I can go up north. But let's look at our missions. Let's not look at this one. Let's look at decisions. Okay, Form Persia right here. So if I zoom out, okay, so those are the lands that I need. The ones highlighted in green. I mean, I'm going to have to expand south, although I can't expand north just so I can increase some population because there's some weaker nations in the north. But, I mean, my main enemy right now is going to be the Seleucids. Yeah, because most of their provinces I need. And obviously, another nation, another AI nation can't form Persia already, which is probably not going to be the case. Because I know that some of these countries could form Persia. I think it's Armenia that could form Persia. I know for sure Atropatene could form Persia. Maybe even the Seleucids could form Persia, or can't, or maybe they can't. That wouldn't be unfair if they can't form Persia because they already have like 9 out of the 10 provinces. Yeah, they probably can't form Persia. Partha has Zadrakarta. Yeah, is that them or them? Who is it owned by? Parthia, yeah. So it's owned by Parthia. So let's probably declare war on Atropatene. Let's go ahead and for sure let's ally. Oh, they won't ally me yet. Different religion. What religion are they? Can I check? Yeah, I could. Let me just pull up the religion map mode. Okay, so they're Zoroastrian. I thought I was Zoroastrian also. I guess I'm not. I mean, I guess my people are Chaldic, but my state religion isn't. Religion, Zoroastrian sites of Armenia. Okay, so I guess. Yeah, so. I have 484 Chaldic and I have 151 Zoroastrian. So I guess I'll probably convert most of them to Zoroastrian. Although I have a lot of Chaldics, but they're mostly, you can see here, mostly the tribes are Chaldic because I have 190 tribes in who are Chaldic, and my Zoroastrian is mostly my well, technically I have more Chaldic all around. Yeah, okay. Religious unity, there are 500 that are not Zoroastrian out of a population of 710. Oh, so yeah, so I definitely have a huge majority that are Chaldic. So my religious unity is down because they're not Zoroastrian. So I guess my state religion in some way is my state religion is Chaldic. Let's look at where our heritage is. We have the Armenian heritage, which gives us manpower recovery speed plus 5%, so we can get more manpower. The subject opinion of us is minus 10, so we'll probably not have any subjects. I mean, we'll see. And our light cavalry maintenance costs. And light cavalry is good for flanking, which this game sort of, again, delves a little bit deeper into the military and the combat system more so than EU4, but obviously less so than Hearts of Iron 4. I mean, nothing delves into military as deep as Hearts of Iron 4. And we don't have any subjects. Imagine we did and I did not know. Yeah, we have no subjects. Okay. So let's just go through some of these. So let's go ahead and do this so we can get the slave output. Now, again, some people say you have to do this, but a lot of the times you probably can get some advantages even if you sacrifice the slave output. Let's look at our economy. We are making a decent amount, 258. But for as big as we are, that needs to be a lot more. So let's go ahead and do some... You see, since we're such in big areas over here in the east, you know, since we're taking up a lot of land, the siege ability would be nice. So I can be able to siege all these provinces, because there's going to be a lot of provinces that I need to siege. And there's obviously a lot of forts there. But I think for now, this might be nice. We have so let's look at, we have a civic, military, and religious. Okay, so this is going to be our civic. Let's do commerce income. Can I check how much income I'm getting from... So commerce, I believe, is the... Let's just double check. Commerce is the citizens. And I don't have that many citizens. Very small amount. So I probably won't choose the commerce income, because obviously it's going to be from a smaller percentage. So I'll probably go with the slave output over here. And for religion, how much civilized are we? 42%, which is, I guess, somewhat good. I mean, can I check the civilized rate of other countries? Probably not. And I can't check their religion either. Yeah, I wanted to check their religion. Okay. Yeah, that's weird, because over here, Chaldic, but my official religion is Zoroastrian. I do have some Zoroastrian regions over here. Okay. Yeah, the terrain map mode does look nice. It gives me a lot. It gives me that civilization vibe a little bit, because of how you could actually see the terrain and everything. Although I believe in Civ 6 you can't see the mountains, which I think was a huge disappointment for people. But let's just keep it like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose a religious idea. We'll probably go with... We don't have any subjects. We probably won't. We could do the origin myth, which gives us our ruler popularity gain. Let's check how popular he is. Popularity 80%. So, oh my gosh, I hate having complex ruler names, because then it just... Sometimes, again, I forget who my actual ruler is. He does have this... They do give us this little gold plate over here, so that we could tell that that's our ruler. So we have Zayethia. I'm going to say Zayethia. We don't have a consort, I believe. Oh, so does that mean we're not married? Yeah, I don't think we're married, so we'll probably marry someone. We'll look for someone to marry. And yeah, we still haven't picked our religious idea, so we could probably do this. What was his popularity again? I already forgot. 80%, which is good. I mean, obviously those max out at 100%, so 80% is presumably good. So we probably don't need that, although let's see what else we get. Monthly tyranny, loyalty of characters, those are not important. Tyranny will probably, we have it naturally goes down base by base. My ruler has charisma. Let's see what my ruler stats are again. He has, 8 charisma. So monthly tyranny goes down by 0.08 or 8%. This gives us primary culture happiness, pop conversion speed, Monthly war exhaustion, omen power. We'll probably go with the state religion. Incorporating our faith as a state entity will have significant political advantages. So I guess, but again, I thought my state religion was already Zoroastrian, because it's giving me my religious unity over here. That's 21%. Here's the sacrifice to the gods button. We can get a stability change. So this is technically your increased stability. You see, but again, what I don't get is, why is my religion automatically Zoroastrian when, I mean, I'm predominantly Chaldic. But I guess maybe the game just wants you to become Zoroastrian, so that's why it gives you those penalties there. So we'll go ahead and go with the state religion. So we can get more civilized, we can get more people here. And that should be good. Okay. Let's get him married. So let's look at our characters over here. Let's do female. And now the question is, are some of them, are they single? So again, my ruler, man, I wish I could see my ruler also. My ruler is a 6588. 6588. So this will definitely bump us up by a 9, which is good. This is actually good. So I'm going to see if I can marry her. If she's 27. How old am I? I'm 32. Yeah, so she's a perfect candidate. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I mean, I think if she's over 15, I can marry her. Or probably there is no. Or there probably is. There probably is a minimum age requirement here. So this 9 is really beneficial. Again, I have a 6588. 6588. So my charisma will get bumped up. Let's check if they're the same. Also, this is the oriented family. Can I marry someone from the same family? Is that possible? I probably can. So it's either this one, the Anzaza oriented, or the Stateria Artaxid, part of the Artaxid family. Because she's gonna give me both martial and charisma. But this one's giving me 6588. This one's giving me a lot of martial, which will help our tech, I believe. This will be beneficial with our tech, and we also get some benefits on battle, but I don't think it affects military experience. Yeah. So let's see if we could marry her. Okay, I can, I guess. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let's see if I can marry her. Alright, so I guess I gotta look at how I can actually marry someone. Or if I can even marry someone. But I mean, obviously I need to have... I don't have any kids. Possible successors. Yeah, these are all my family members, except for this guy over here. Or is my type of... what's my type of government again? I'm a major power. Okay. What type of government am I get? am I again? Autocratic monarchy. Ruler reigns for life. I guess I'm married already, but I can't have them as a consort. Yeah. What if I just start selecting random people? Yeah, I mean, I can't marry them. Or do I need to marry someone, Alright, so I guess I'm not sure how this works. I'll probably do research on it soon. But there should be a button here called Arrange Marriage. Oh, do I have to click it on my character? I think that's the case. Okay. I see now. I have to click on my character. Arrange marriage. Okay, here we go. And it gives me the people I can marry. Okay, this is good. Okay, we have Anzaza. That's the one that I wanted to do. 6588, 6588. So she's gonna give me a huge advantage in my martial ability. But as far, yeah, I mean, I have to go with that one. And I can only marry people who are part of my family. Okay, so I guess I can't choose anybody else. They have harsh, so popularity goes down a bit. Statementship goes up faster. Is that my total statementship, or is that just her statementship? But I mean, I don't think I could assign her to anything. So that might be my statementship for across the board as on all my offices. We get more slave output, which is good, and affects if ruler my national slave out. Also, I only have local slave output, which is where she resides. So let's go ahead and select her. A suitable marriage. While Orontes has enjoyed life immensely as a man of leisure, he summoned an envoy this morning to deliver a proposal of marriage to the attractive young woman Anzaza, hoping to produce heirs to further legitimize the Orontid dynasty. The envoy reports that the young woman Anzaza also almost swooned after receiving the news. It may be that Orontes and Anzaza are an ideal match. How cute. Splendid. Let us arrange the festivals. We gain 15 loyalty with her. Okay, good. So there's some new buttons here, which I'm not sure. So my spouse is her. Okay, and then I'll produce some children who hopefully can become the heir. Although I already have some successors here. Okay, let's look at technology. All right, let's look at our military. We have, as I said, we have 9,000. That's it. Let's look at technology. So I believe people in my same family can get that bonus as her. Maybe. Again, I'm just completely just going off the top of my head. So let's go ahead and let's do siege ability. Heavy infantry discipline. We probably won't use a lot of heavy infantry. Capital import routes. We get another route. Civic provincial investment costs. The need for greater defensive walls had greater influence on the development of civic architecture, with masons employing ever more innovative methods to construct buttresses and towers. So too did civic structures begin to soar to the heavens. So civic provincial costs. Aggressive expansion, we don't care about that. Monthly tyranny, no. This is the impact. This is the change. We don't care about that. Primary culture happiness. Pop conversion speed. We could probably do this so we can expand our religion. Or we could have more people, but I mean, handing out portions of free grain to those who require it keeps the wheels of civilization running. Or we could just do both of these. Adopting grand temples will cost us 106. Oh, this will cost us 106. So I just lost 106. Okay, so yeah, this is very expensive. I probably want to keep some gold stashed up. Although these two would be nice. Let's do the grain rations. Let's do those. Okay, so these are the current levels. We're currently researching martial advances and expect to be finished. So once these finish, I can get more of them will pop up. Okay. I guess I'll cut it right here. We did some stuff. Next episode, we probably do more stuff. We won't unpause until maybe episode 3. And so we'll start declaring war. We don't have any allies yet. So again, our objectives are going to be down here. Right? They're only down here. There's not some weird ones that are over here. Yeah. So we have a lot of objectives over here, but we still probably might declare war in Albania, and just so we can expand a bit. So again, we're not going to be following this, province by province, just because obviously we can't get any of these provinces here. So we could just forget about that, and we'll just focus on conquering as much as possible here so that we can grow. And then we could invade Seleucid if it doesn't collapse, which it probably won't, unless some Maria also declares war, although they're not bordered to it. So this little piece right there. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next episode.